I'm sharing my screen. So we are discussing about this type of methods, get and post. So get is the in the URL itself our data will visible. So we should not do like that when we are sending the sensitive data, and always use the post for that reason. And if we have, and in the post there is no size limit, we can send how much we need. Okay, and we have some form attributes. Okay, so method is one of that form attribute we already learned, right? So action is one attribute. So action is what, where our data should submit, that is the action link. And method is to, like, which method we should use to submit that form, that is. And again next is auto complete. This is one attribute, auto complete equal to on. So this autocomplete attribute, it specifies like whether that form should have an autocomplete option or not. You can give either on or off. So when autocomplete is on, right, so the browser automatically complete the values based on the based on values that the user has entered before. Okay, we'll remove this value. Just we'll give simple this. We'll remove this default value and we'll try auto complete on. So go here, so first we will fill like this L name. So you can see already before we are used to select the female and agreements, right? Already it was checked. If name auto complete on. Sorry, the predefined value should come over here. Before values only it should come, but is not taking. Autocomplete on. So we'll fill the submit the form, then we'll try again. So that way I think that way work. So L name. So once the form submit only, this autocomplete may work. So female, and I am submitting this. Okay, and again I am going to this link. So you can see here, right? So when I come back, it was already filled. That is the use of autofill. If you are giving the off, we'll try it. OFF off, and go here. Okay, fill the things like F name, L name, female, and submit, and go here. Now you can see all the form data is like empty only. So if you want autocomplete on, you can give the on, or if you want off, you can give the off here. Okay, that is the use of autocomplete. So specify whether the form should have autocomplete or not. You can specify with this. And we have novalidate attribute also. So no validate you can give here options. What are the available options? Either it can give true or false, or if you are giving like this only, then it will always be true. If you are not giving, then it will be false. So this represents, like, it specifies that the form data should not be validated when submitted. So no validate means suppose you are giving some validations, even though when submitting the form it should not validate. So that purpose we can use this no validate attribute by default things. Okay, that is the use of the no validate. And we'll be having the target also. I already explained you about the target attribute. There are underscore blank, underscore self will be there. No, if it is like underscore blank, it opens, like it will submit the form in the next tab. You can see here target equal to underscore blank, and we'll try it out once. So before, when we are submitting the form, right, it always opens in the same window, but I want to submit in the new window. That time you can use this. That action will be opened in the next tab. You can see the next tab was opened and submitted. So that is a use of this thing, target. And you can give target blank underscore self. So like that, if you want to open the same window, new window, or next tab, or the same window itself, you can use. Okay, these are the available things. And in the form attributes, when we'll go to the form elements. So I already explained some of the form elements. These are all called as form elements only, like labels, input type text, select drop down, and field set, data list, options. So we didn't select that select drop. Then create the select drop down, right? We'll create one. So how to create a drop down? We should give like select option first. Select, open the select tag and close the select tag, and open the option. So what is the options available to that select drop down? You can give here. Suppose I want a country drop down, or a state drop down, or city drop down. So you can create the label here. What is the purpose of the select drop down here? Label label for city, and you can give ID or whatever you want, and you can give city over here and close the label. Now you can give ID here. This label is for city. This select drop down, this label, this ID and for should be matched. Okay. Now you can give the options here. Hyderabad, Bangalore. Option. This is one option. And you can give another options as well. Like Bangalore, Delhi. And you can give Karimnagar or anything. Okay. Save this and see how it should play. This is the select drop down, and if you want a space, you can give the space here. After the select drop down, we should give some space so that it looks good. So like this, and when you're clicking on this drop down will open, and you can select whatever you want. So if you want to select by default some Delhi or something, then you can give the selected over here. For here only, beside the option, you should give selected. Save it. You can see this is already selected by default. So that is a use of selected tag. Okay, and we'll more learn about some input elements. So we already learned about the input type text, right? And in the label also we learned, and select element also we learned. This is one type of form element. And and what is a like visible values also we can see. We can use the size attribute to specify the number of visible values. So if you are giving the 3, right, and I want to show only 2 only, as of now I will, by default I will select the Hyderabad, and I want to show only the 2 numbers only, size equal to 2, like that we should give. And you can see only the 2 options can be visible, like at a time. When you scroll down, it will show. But if you want to specify the number of visible values, by default only one visible value will be allocated. But if you want multiple 2 elements or 3 elements to be visible by default, then you can specify with this size attribute. And now we are selecting only one element, right? So I will remove the size tag, size attribute. Okay, and refresh it. Now we are able to select only the one element, right? But in some cases, my permanent address is Karimnagar and I'm staying at Hyderabad, so I want to select the both the cities. Okay, that time what I have to do, you should use like this. So it should be size also, I want to visible like more values as well. Okay, size equal to, we have four values, right? I am showing it as four, all the four values should be visible, and I want to select the multiple elements, more than one. So that time we should give multiple option, save it, and you can check. So now you have to select, I'm selecting the Hyderabad and Karimnagar both. So need to remove the selected option here, that's why it is not able to select multiple. So now you can select multiple also, it is not working. Select multiple value. Okay, value property we will give, sorry, value property we should give. So when the form submit, it value only going to submit. Bangalore and Delhi. Yes, Karnataka. Save it and check here. So it will be, if you want to select the multiple, right, you need to hold down the control key. You need to select the control key and then click on this. Then only it will select the multiple options. Hold the control key and select. Okay, that is a way to create, select the multiple form elements. And we will learn about the text area. So I didn't show you the text area, right? I'll create one. So for the comments and everything we can use this text area. Okay, you can select some text area, text area. Okay, name you can give something like comments. Generally we'll be using this text area only for the comment section. And number of rows also, number of columns also we can control. Okay, as of now I'm giving without that, and open the text area tab and close the text area. Okay, and you can give the label also for the text area, and you can give it is for comments, and you should create a id for the text area. Okay, and save it and check how it is coming. You can check here, by default it will be like this, and also it is resizable as well. When you over on this text area, this icon will come, so that you can expand also like this, how much size you need. And sometimes I don't want to resize it, I just want to fix the text area. That time you can give rows, number of rows equal to, I want only the 4 rows to be applied, and columns I want only 5 columns. So that is also you can mention here. Okay, you can write here. See, after that the scroll down is coming. This scroll is coming. See here only the 3 column space is there. No, that's why it is coming that much only. 5 columns. And rows is 4 only. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows and 5 columns. So you can see only the 5 characters only visible, means 5 lines, 5 columns and 4 rows. So that way we can control the text area. So rows attribute specifies the visible number of lines in the text area, and the call attribute specify the visible width of the text area. So that is how displayed in the browser. And also you can control with the style attribute also. And I don't want to resize it every time, then you can go with the style width 100, width 100 px I want, and height 100 px, 100 px, width 150 will give. And you can remove the rows, you can control this way also. So here you can use, and I am giving the text here. So once it reaches the particular height, automatically the scroll will come. So that is how we can control. And coming to the button tags, so there are type of buttons as well. We have input type equal to submit or input type equal to button. So you can give the button like this, input type equal to submit, or else you can create the button like this also. We have the button tag. So button open, button close, but we have to use the type also, as it is used for the accessibility purpose. What is the type of the button? Also type is a button. And here what is that? Register. So instead of giving this, you can give like this also. So we gave the styles for the input type submit, right? Here you should give a button tag, button, button. Save it, and you can check style by, you can check like why styles are not applying. This is the button tag, button. No 3t came, right? That's why the styles was not applying. Button, yeah, you can see the same thing. We can go with the button tag, or else you can go with the input type equal to submit. And we have another fields also, like a field set. So I want to group the first name, last name into one field set which contains the personal data and gender also. So that time you can make use of the field set property. So this is the gender, right? Gender. So we'll learn about field set. So that is used to group related data. We can use this to group the related data. We can use this field set. So I have a personal info right here, like first name, last name, and gender. This is my personal information, and I want to wrap it in one div. So that time you can go with this field set. You can open the field set here. You can give the tab FIEL is field set, open, and give the indent here, so that we are sure that it is residing in this element, and this is properly opened and closed. This is the field set. Then you can see how it is coming. So for the field set, this border will come, so that everyone can understand that this is one kind of data. It can be personal data, and this agreement, terms and conditions, comments, this is like general data. Okay, and this label is for, it defines the caption for this field set. So you can give a label also for this using the legend element. So as we are having the label tag for the input type text, right? So we are understanding, right? This label is for this input text box. this label is for this input text box. But how can I know this field set is related to which thing? So for that reason we can use this legend property, legend, legend. Open that and close it. Okay. And this is the personal info, right? So we can give it as personal info. You can give and save it and check. See, like this it will come. And we will create a field set for the general info also. Actually city also comes under the personal only, no? I will move it to the personal field set. Field set. This is for general info. General info and move it. Click on tab. Okay, and close the field set. Okay, now you can see how it look like. This is the personal info section and this is the general info section. If you want some space, give the break here. Save it and see how it is coming. So like this. And you can make this entire form in center of the web page also. It is form, right? You can give like this. So the text will be in center. Display block. So if you want like this also, you can go with this. With respect to the client requirement, you can use either that. So they will be giving the mockups. Actually mockup is nothing but a image, so they'll be like this. Forms, HTML forms. So you can see you can see here. See how it is there. So the background blue color is there and the text heading is there and the form will be like this. So it will be aligned to the right side and here the text, all the text is centered and the button color is this. So all the information they will only give. So generally they will provide the styles with the style guide. There will be like PDF kind of thing. They will mention all the styles. Like this is the background color with with this code. There will be like color code or the color name. So they will provide, and this should be H1 tag. They will only tell like this should be H1 tag and the color is white, and there will be like text effect, text shadow effect, that will be there, no, that will be there, and there will be border 1 px, white px is there, and from here to here the 50 px is there. And this is the box, this is a form, and this shadow color should be gray. So they'll give the arrow mark and they'll specify the color name or color code, and they'll give the spacing also from here to here 20 px, and this font size should be 12 px, and the font family is this one. So that is a style guide they will provide, or else sometimes they'll give the Photoshop like a PSD template also. You can try it out. Generally nowadays they are giving the style guide itself, they're not giving the PSD. You can specify, you can easily get that things and you can apply in our web pages, no need to worry about that. So that is a kind of form I want to show you. Next, next we will learn about the data list. Already I told you the data list. So this is the last topic. After that I will end the session and we'll continue tomorrow. So what is a data list? So as the name suggests, it is a list of predefined list of predefined options for the input. suppose there will be like a input text box. By typing on A, all the elements that are related to that should display, that a list should be displayed. So that time we can go with this data list property. So users will see a drop down list of predefined options as they input the data, and that list attribute of input element must refer to the id attribute of data list element. So how to use a data list we'll see here. Okay, in the forms itself we'll create a data list. So I'm creating another element inside the general info, data list. So suppose I want this input, right? First we'll create the label. I want to show available browsers, or else available browsers, or and select any browser. Okay, and this is for browser for, and you can create a input element, input type. So what is this? It is a data list, right? Instead of giving input type, right, you should give the list. List equal to, what is that? Name browser. You should give, okay, and after that you should create a data list, and you can give the ID. This ID should be same browser. This list and ID should be same. Then only it will work. Then if not, it won't work. Okay. Inside the data list, open the data list and close the data list. Okay, inside that you can create your options here. Option A, option value equal to some IE, and I want another values Chrome, Firefox, Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. Okay, like that you should give, and we will test it out. Select any browser. We'll give a break here. After the text area, we'll give the break here. So like this, and now you can see by clicking on this, you can see the pop-up here which consists of all the predefined values for this data list. So you can select the Chrome here. Okay, now you can remove this, and you can click here and you can select the IE. So that is the data list property. So it specifies the list of predefined option for the input element. Okay, and we learn about the other tags like output and another thing. Okay, the last topic, this topic is output. We will learn about it. Output. So output means, as the name suggests, it represents the result of our script. Result of our script. That is output element. So suppose I want to sum two input elements, or I want to multiply two elements. So that time you can go with this in output property. Okay, so we need to create a form. So that is somewhat you need to learn some JavaScript, then only you can do that. So we will take this output element about it when we are learning the JavaScript. Okay, so I'm going to end the session now. Do you have any questions? You can ask me, or else we'll end the session. Thanks for joining.